start there. This is the third game he's been ejected in. How problematic is not having him on the floor been for you guys early this season?
We always say about our team, like, all the pieces fit for a reason. They have for a very long time. So when you're missing one, it's tough. We still had opportunities, to win the game tonight. I didn't shoot the ball well in the second half. We obviously mixed up lineups, and we're trying to find some chemistry. Our bench played amazing again. So, you want to be able to overcome the incident and his ejection, but we just weren't able to get it done. But we need everybody available. That's how we're built. It's no secret to our success.
You said that tonight and other times that the bench had to come in and rescue you guys. At this point in the season, do you feel like there's a silver lining to that, or is that of concern?
Both. We want to play better, and they've done a great job of coming in with energy and impacting the game, changing momentum. They've done it twice in this building, so, same conversations that we've had before. We got to make the necessary adjustments if, it's frustrating that we're not playing the way we want to. But you like the guys playing with confidence when they come in. It's a full team effort.
Steve pretty aggressively changed up his rotation tonight. Obviously, you had 3 more starters on the bench in closing time. Did you feel like it was time to do that?
Man, that's a coach. We said from the jump, at the beginning of the season, coach has to coach us knowing the options that we have. And he's talked about playing guys that are, playing the best and giving us the best shot. And I know he's had some regrets earlier in the year with individual games, but tonight we really didn't have much going. So there are going to be tough decisions. That's the nature of this business, the nature of trying to sustain this level of winning. That doesn't mean you lose confidence in anybody. It's just the results are what they are, and you have to be realistic about the things that need to change to get us where we want to be, but it's still going to involve everybody. So tonight was an indication of that.
Steph, in lighter news, before the game, you shared a pretty special moment with one of our local fans of yours named T. Can you tell us about that moment and how that came to be?
Obviously he's a huge fan. He's a special person. I've seen the video of his shot, the reaction from everybody in the gym and the whole school, and the surprise that he received in class, knowing he was going to come here, and all those moments are awesome. For him to come watch shoot around before. Hopefully, he had a great time at the game, him and his family, and I appreciate the passion of him as a basketball fan, a basketball player, his goals that he set for himself. And that's what basketball can do. Bring so many people together, provides inspiration. And that 5 minutes I got to talk to him, hopefully, changed, cemented that impact that you can have through the game of basketball. So it's pretty dope.
Steph, you said the other day about you guys can't talk about it anymore. You've just got to be about these changes. Does the same apply to Draymond, even though he said it wasn't an intentional act, to not put himself in those positions anymore where the margin is that he gets ejected?
Yeah, that's the challenge. Because we always told him you can't change who you are as a player, and the competitive spirit that you have, the physicality that you play with. But you can't give people reasons to leave, reasons to look at you a certain way, and to have to go, judge and jury every single incident that happens. So it's tough because we need him out there, and obviously the ejection changed the momentum or the emotions of the game. But that's going to be his challenge, and we're here to support him, here to have confidence in him to be able to do that. And, because we obviously need him to win.
Steph, the larger point of Steve's response on the rotation changes was that he felt like he couldn't be patient anymore. That he's been patient with the starting unit and with combinations. And tonight, in his words, felt like he couldn't be patient anymore. He just had to play the guys who were playing best. Does this feel different than the last couple of weeks as this grows and now you're 10 and 13? Does it feel like it's getting more urgent? And that was sort of the tone of his response, I guess.
Well, you can single out that decision, but the urgency around our team is, we feel it for sure. The games that we've lost big leads, those are frustrating for obvious reasons. The inability to build any momentum after our 6-2 start, like that's frustrating. So you can single out the decisions of tonight as an indicator again of that urgency. But again, like the numbers don't lie, and we have to be able to have those conversations internally as a team where whatever adjustments are made, like we still have confidence in each other to go win games. Because you don't want it to be a situation where you make adjustments or changes or rotation changes and then everybody kind of, splinters and goes their separate ways emotionally. So that's what we have to maintain. It's not the end of the world, to shake up a lineup. It's, can we use that as a turning point in a season and everybody still being involved in that. So whatever that means, we have to be able to have those conversations.
As you need Draymond and going with everyone needs to be involved and stuff, just how much do you need Clay and Andrew?
We need everybody. Everybody to play at the level that we expect, and when it doesn't happen, we lose. It's pretty simple. So that's the predicament we're in. We all have to play better together. Individually, we have to play better. And whatever you're asked to do, whatever minutes, whatever rotation you're in, be prepared to adapt, and that's going to be our challenge as a team.
How is this different from last year? You guys opened the season, and for a while you couldn't buy a win on the road.
I think it was just such a tease being 6-2 and thinking that you had everything figured out, and now you're kind of in a position where we're 4-11. Is that good math? Yeah. That speaks for itself. So we're competitive. Like last when we were 0 for whatever and struggling on the road, I don't even know if we had any leads. Like we didn't have anything to. Thanks for reminding me. Appreciate it. I haven't won in this building in a minute, but there are good things that we can hold on to because we've had big leads. We've been competitive against good teams on the road. We just haven't been able to close, and 10-13 for a reason.
You mentioned the big leads a few times. Any thread you see in what changes when you guys get that lead? Tonight's like the fourth double-digit lead you lost in 2 weeks.
We can go get a coffee and talk about each game individually and look at where the game changed. Some games is poor defense, some games it's poor offensive rebounding, some games it's an egregious amount of turnovers, some games it's our starting unit not playing well collectively, like tonight. Like there are a lot of issues, and you got to be real about it. But I think our intentions, our practice of the last 2 days, we were really trying to have a focus of how to win games. And you could see some bright spots. That's why we had a lead, and defensively we were flying around and everybody was engaged. But I have nothing to show for it, so we got to keep chiseling away.
Clay, this is, I think, the first time he's been on the bench in crunch time. How do you see him handle it, and how do you kind of you expect him to handle it going forward?
I expect him to be pissed off for sure. That's as a competitor. We all want to be out there. He deserves to be out there based on, obviously his resume, who he is, what he's done in this league. But I expect him to bring positive energies, remain confident in himself, understand that we are all confident in him. Same with Wiggs. And when they're out there on Thursday, come with the right, aggressive mentality to assert yourself as a two-way player. And that's all you can control.
Towards the end of the game, you guys are down 116 to 113, and ran a play for you to get a 3. Was there any thought about trying to extend the game there and maybe driving to the rim and fouling and playing the foul game, or was that the only option that you guys went over for that play?
That wasn't even the option for the play. I was a pressure relief trying to create some misdirection. But once I got it, I thought that they might foul because I was kind of facing the other way, and I rushed it thinking that a foul was coming. Still had a decent look. We didn't have any timeouts, so that was in the back of my head. Under 10 seconds. Go for 2, you probably run 2-3 seconds off. We got a foul and then come back down the court. So it was kind of that in between. I live with that decision. Crazy we even had a chance to win or be in the game at that point. So you live with that.